Imagine standing beneath a calm sky, unaware that in the next instant, Earth itself might come to a sudden halt. For billions of years, Earth has rotated steadily, creating day and night, shaping winds, oceans, and the rhythm of life. But what if, in a single terrifying moment, Earth's rotation stopped completely, halting as though frozen in time? The consequences would be catastrophic, violent, and unstoppable, an apocalypse delivered not by war, but by physics itself. Stay with us until the end, because the truth behind this scenario is more horrifying than any science fiction. But first, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more apocalyptic science explorations of our fragile planet. Hit the notification bell so you never miss the next mystery that could change how you see our universe. To understand what happens, imagine the unimaginable. A planet traveling at over 1,600 kilometers per hour, suddenly stopping. Earth's atmosphere, oceans, and everything not firmly anchored would continue moving at deadly speeds into catastrophic destruction. At the equator, buildings, cars, and even people would be launched eastward faster than a jet airplane. Entire oceans would surge forward, generating colossal mega-tsunamis that would obliterate coastlines on every continent simultaneously. Skyscrapers, bridges, and mountains would not withstand the sheer momentum of Earth's halted spin. Everything would collapse. The ground itself would split, as tectonic plates buckled under unimaginable forces never before unleashed in history. Winds moving faster than any hurricane would circle the planet, tearing apart forests, homes, and entire civilizations. Human survival in the first few minutes would be nearly impossible. Chaos would reign before anyone understood what happened. If you survived the initial blasts, the aftermath would be even worse. Earth systems would collapse in terrifying silence. The oceans, ripped from their basins, would drown entire regions before retreating into new, unpredictable coastlines. Rivers like the Amazon and Nile would reverse, surging inland with unstoppable fury before disappearing entirely. Mountains would be reshaped by landslides, avalanches, and collapsing rock triggered by sudden rotational shockwaves. Volcanoes would erupt across fault lines, releasing ash that darkened skies and poisoned the few survivors left behind. Without rotation, the 24-hour day would vanish, one side of Earth locked in eternal sunlight, the other in darkness. The sunlit side would scorch under relentless heat, transforming continents into deserts with temperatures hotter than Sahara. The dark side would freeze solid, turning cities and oceans into icy tombs buried beneath endless night. Habitable zones would exist only in narrow twilight bands, but reaching them through chaos would be nearly impossible. Meanwhile, the atmosphere would collapse, redistributing itself unevenly, creating suffocation zones where humans couldn't breathe. Jet streams would vanish instantly, leaving climate systems destroyed and storms replaced by deadly stillness. Without Coriolis forces, hurricanes would never form, but new megastorms of unimaginable type would rise instead. Ocean currents would stop, plunging Earth into climate collapse, ending the natural systems that feed billions of people. Agriculture would fail as seasons dissolved, crops burning in scorching sun or freezing in eternal darkness. Food shortages would devastate survivors, leaving humanity clinging to scraps amid spreading famine. With Earth's magnetic field collapsing without rotation, solar radiation would bombard survivors mercilessly. Satellites would fry, communication networks fail, and technology collapse under relentless cosmic assault. Humanity's fragile systems, dependent on rotation, would unravel in weeks, leaving civilization in irreversible ruin. Animals and ecosystems would perish in cascading waves, leaving Earth almost barren of life within years. Survivors, if any, would be forced underground or into domes, clinging to geothermal heat and recycled air. Even then, radiation and starvation would steadily erode humanity's last hope for survival. Earth itself would not shatter, but it would no longer be a home, only a broken, lifeless shell. Future explorers might land centuries later, finding ruins buried beneath sand and ice, remnants of a spinning world lost. Earth's history of rotation would be recorded only in fossils, rocks, and legends passed through survivors. To imagine this scenario is to confront the delicate balance that rotation provides, invisible yet absolutely essential. Without rotation, Earth loses its heartbeat, its rhythm, its very identity as a living planet. It reminds us that we live not on an eternal rock, but on a fragile, dynamic machine, one that spins tirelessly, protecting us from chaos, delivering life in every sunrise and every sunset. Earth's spin is not just motion, it is survival, and without it, our story ends abruptly. Scientists calculate that if Earth stopped instantly, inertia alone would kill most life in seconds. The crust, oceans, and atmosphere are not bolted down. They would keep moving while Earth's rotation ceased beneath them. Mountains would crumble, skyscrapers would topple, and entire coastlines would be erased by surging oceans. Survivors in underground shelters might endure the first chaos, but the world outside would be unrecognizable. Eternal sunlight would sterilize half the planet, while eternal night froze the other half solid. Crops would wither, animals perish, and only narrow twilight bands might support fragile pockets of life. But even there, radiation from a collapsed magnetosphere would make long-term survival almost impossible. Our technology, satellites, power grids, internet, would be annihilated in days, erasing modern civilization completely. Humanity's last hope would be artificial habitats, sealed domes recycling air and water, powered by nuclear or geothermal energy. These fragile refuges would be temporary, delaying the inevitable collapse of human civilization. Earth would resemble Mars, scarred, lifeless, with traces of ancient oceans and civilizations lost to time. Centuries later, alien explorers might find fossils and ruins, proof of a once-spinning planet that nurtured life. They would wonder how such a vibrant world could die so suddenly, leaving only silence where billions once thrived. Earth's halted spin is not fantasy. It is physics, a reminder of how fragile balance truly is. The planet's steady rotation is a silent guardian, giving us breathable skies, gentle seasons, and habitable land. Without it, we lose everything, from winds and currents to climate, and even the magnetic shield. Scientists reassure us this will never happen naturally. Earth's rotation is slowing, but only by milliseconds each century. Still, imagining the sudden stop forces us to confront our dependence on forces we cannot control. It is a sobering reminder. Civilization is fragile, and our survival depends on invisible cosmic mechanics we take for granted. Each sunrise, each sunset, is proof Earth still spins, carrying us safely through the void of space. If it stopped, there would be no second chances, no recovery, only silence across a broken world.